Life is a waterfall. We're one in the river and one again during the fall. Swimming through the void, we hear the word, we free ourselves and we find it all. Cause we are the ones that wanna play, always love to go and we always get to stay. And we are the ones that need not choose, always wanna play but you never have to lose. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Life is a waterfall, we drink from the river, then we turn around and create our thoughts. Swimming through the void, we hear the word, we free ourselves and we find it all. Cause we are the ones that love to play, always love to go and we always get to stay. And we are the ones that need not choose, always get to play but you never have to lose. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Angels so up high, when you free your mind's eternal prize. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Angels in the sky, when you free your mind, you free your life. Angels so up high, when you free your mind's eternal prize.
Welcome to today's meditation. I invite you to get comfortable in your seat. Sit back, relax, gently close your eyes, and allow me to guide you into your heart. For a moment, simply focus on your breath. Notice how your chest rises as you inhale and how it gently falls as you exhale. Stay with your breath for a few moments. Inhale and exhale. With your next inhale, bring your focus to your heart and take a moment to observe it closely. How do you feel in your heart right now? What is the feeling that is sitting there? Allow it to gently come to the surface and be present with whatever may arise. Simply be with it. Observe it. Let it move through you. Be gentle and compassionate with yourself. With your next inhale, allow love to wash over this feeling in your heart. Give yourself whatever feeling you need in this space to feel loved right now. Fill yourself with that feeling until your heart overflows with love and peace. Good things are awaiting you on the other side. Relax into this truth. You're always safe. It is safe for you to relax into this knowing. There's always more love and bliss to come. When you feel ready, we will slowly bring this meditation to a close. With your next inhale, take a deep breath. You may feel inspired to move and gently stretch your body. Take a moment to give that to yourself. Move your body in any way that feels good to you in this moment. And one more deep breath. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes once again. Thank you for joining me in this meditation.
Hi Sunday Service, I'm Anvensha and I'm here to do a card reading for you today. The deck that I'm going to be using is Osho Zen Tarot. So yeah, let's see what do we have in store for today. So the first card that we have today is the Master. And when I look at this card, somewhere where I am feeling is about, what I'm feeling about is building a deeper connection with our gurus, the bringer of the teachings here on the planet, the one that have laid the foundation already. Because see, the thing is that we are on this journey, we are on this path, but we always need that illuminating light that connect us with God. And it's about like having a guru in your life is the bearer of that path for you. They have already laid the path out for you. Now our job as the students, as the disciple, is to follow the path so that we can also find that inner attainment within ourselves. And I feel that this is going to be the theme overall about this particular time period, right? That the we have to go deeper in our connection, and that connection doesn't have to be at a surface level. It has to come from heart. Like, how do we really feel about God? How do we really feel about our gurus? How do we really feel about the community that we are a part of? And that is something that will take you deeper in the process of attaining your harmonious twin flame union, remembering it. Yeah. And the second card that we have after Master is playfulness. And you know how Jeff and Sheila have also taught us that the spiritual journey is not about living, like letting go of living your life and continuing to live like a nun or a priest, but it is about making the most of it. That is the purpose of bringing your heaven on earth. Bringing your heaven on earth, living a spiritual life without letting go of the desires that you really have. And that can come from feeling good about yourself, feeling good about what you're doing, feeling good about what you have as a support system. And it's really about, bringing in that ease, bringing in that lightness about the work that we are doing. Like, before even coming to Twin Flames Universe, I had this feeling that, you know, that if you are a spiritual person, you have to be serious about it. You have to, like, serious does not differ discipline. You have to be disciplined for sure, but that does not mean you give up on living your life. And it is, the journey is about that, because as twin flames, our purpose is to bring that life back on earth, that something that was taken over by separation, and we are bringing back how God created this beautiful world. And the third card that we have is transformation. So when we surrender to the teachings, to and go deeper in our connection, that was somewhere being reflected in the very first card. We understand that it doesn't have to be difficult. It can be done with ease. It can be done with lightness. And when you understand that, when that starts to get inculcated in your routine, in your mindset, in your DNA, it starts to change you. It starts to transform you for your better good, for your greater good, I would say. And that is when, things start to really align for you. You start to become this person who you are meant to be, who you were always created to be. And that is when you see that the energy starts to gain momentum. And when that happens, the last card for today's reading is innocence. You actually come back in your innocence. And what I feel from this card, innocence, that it is telling us here is that it's just not about being our innocent self. It's about claiming your authentic self. And when you claim your authentic self, it's also about coming into that exact same self how you were created. And you were created with your twin flame. So now your harmonious union becomes the byproduct of the work you are doing. It becomes very natural for you. And so it is really about going deeper in your connection. It is really about building that connection within yourself with God. Again, the priority is God, you and your twin flame. And also you need to honor the teachings and honor the teachings that have been brought to us by our gurus. So thank you very much. Namaste.
Hey everyone, this is Yorin. Welcome to the Sunday service. I'm so happy to be here with you today, and I'm going to be introducing today's sermon by Jose and Michaela. Now, Jose and Michaela, they talk about dark nights of the soul. Ooh, interesting. So they talk about dark nights of the soul and how to really like stay calm and still have your life while you have a dark night of the soul. And while their sermon is super interesting, I won't go too deep into it because I want you to watch and take on as much of what they're saying as possible. And I'm going to talk about something else, and but kind of linked to it. And this something is about the beliefs that make you feel, ungrounded and panicked when you have a challenge and how to stay calm. So, when you have a challenge, the goal is to come back to peace in order to actually get over this challenge. or learn how to regulate your emotions in order to get over this challenge. And the first way to do that is actually to have a belief that everything will get better. So if you don't have a belief that everything will get better for you, you're probably going to panic way more than is necessary. Like ego and thoughts are going to intrude your mind and make you doubt everything, make you feel like you don't know what you're doing, make you feel like everything is going to go down the drain, everything that you've built is going to go down the drain. And it's going to also make you feel like you are not good enough. Like everything that is going to basically destroy your confidence is something you want to avoid. And I'm not saying that to be delulu, like it's not a delusion to believe that everything is going to be all right. It's actually trust and faith and confidence that everything is actually going to happen for you and will happen for you and is already happening for you and is already happening so that your best life is going to happen to you yet, right? So, everything that you have to do has to be on the belief that you're going to be okay, and more than okay, actually, you're going to receive everything that you desire, and that the challenges are not here to derail you from that. They're here to actually propel you forward towards that better situation, right? And so the second thing that you can do in order to stay calm in situations that are challenging in dark nights of the soul is actually to feel free from what you thought you knew was best for you. When you feel free, when you don't have expectations set for what you thought, what you think is best for you, life can happen in a way better way because you're going to flow and you're actually going to get surprised by what God has in store for you, basically. So I give you an example. Right before I recorded this video, like I got um it felt like I got derailed by someone from something that I needed to do for work. I felt like I had an opportunity like right before me to have something and it was snatched away from me. But it actually didn't happen that way. Like when I actually sat down to do this intro and talk to God, I realized that nothing was actually derailing me. Like I would still receive enormously from the situation, and I would not get exactly the work that I thought that I would get, but I would get better. And if I had been, you know, closed in on what I thought that I would lose in this situation, I wouldn't have seen that actually the situation is opening way more doors to me than what I thought it would. And it's actually very important to realize that this happens all the time. Like Jose and Michaela will tell you in their sermon, it actually happens all the time. Like you thought that something was going to happen in a certain way, and when it doesn't, and when it's challenging and when it's difficult, you just crumble because you think, oh no, I'm scared. Like everything is going to heck and I don't know what to do and I'm going to lose everything. But actually it's not. And actually, it brings me to my next point. And this next point is that you have to be free of what you think you know, and you have to be free from who you think you are. So usually when we think we lose something, it is because we feel that um we are not going the way life is supposed to be going. And usually we think that when we have a very precise way of identifying ourselves in life. And something that I learned during the spiritual journey is that you can never know who you are 100%. God knows. And God will guide you through all the elements of life that will help you realize bit by bit, like who you are. And in every steps of the way, you're going to be like, oh, I feel like I know myself even more. And then you're going to have a new challenge. And then you're going to overcome this challenge. And it's like, oh, now I know who I am. And when you're going to have a new challenge, you're going to overcome it. And you say, okay, now I know who I am. So instead of being scared of difficult situations, you have to understand that you're never really alone. Like, for example, you have this community with you. You have a community of people that can help you, that can support you, that can give you words of encouragement, that can give you advice because you know, they're here. They had similar experiences to you probably. And also because everything is going to be fine on the other end. And you can't really be attached to how things look right now. And the best way I can explain it is that image of Jesus that is saying to this little girl, like, hey, give the teddy bear up. And behind his back, he has a bigger, way better teddy bear. And the girl's scared because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my teddy bear. But actually, what God is saying is, I have something even better for you outside of this. So don't fall for how things are now and don't be attached to how things are now. You're going to feel way more free, like way more freedom and way more flow and way more joy if you actually accept that life is challenging anyway, but that the challenge will never stop you. They're going to make a difference. They're going to show you how different you are, how unique you are, how beautiful you are, and bring you everything that you desire, basically. And I said that, even if you don't have to be scared and you know how to feel good, you know how to do inner work, you know how to take care of yourself, it's always good to have a community around you that can help you manage all of these moments of doubts and all of these moments of challenges. Like we are like sociable beings. And so if you really enjoy that sense of community, you can join our community at Church of Union. You can join the movement of unionism to really, take advantage of everyone that has come before you and knows how hard it can be sometimes. And if you want to support this movement to grow even more so that even more people can benefit from this, you can actually donate to our Church of Union by the link unionism.org, which will be in the description or on your screen. And yeah, by doing that, you'll support in a big way, even if it's like a small contribution to how we can help people move through the challenges and get the best life that they've ever desired, get the love of their life, their twin flame union, get the job, the career that they desire. It all is part of how unionism works in our beautiful movement. So please consider doing that if you feel called to. And I think with that, I'm going to transition to Jose and Michaela doing the sermon. Enjoy, receive everything that they have to share with you, and I'll see you after.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Jose.
And I'm Michaela.
And today we are going to be giving the Sunday service. So please join us on the opening Oms and the opening prayer. I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I will only allow in His voice. I will only accept His word.
Today I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to His teachings through His divine channel. I will honor what He has spoken and accept it as His will. I will be obedient to His word, for this is my salvation.
In Christ's name, Amen. Okay, so what are we speaking about today?
Yeah, so today we wanted to talk a little bit about what you may call the dark night of the soul, or, in our community, we call it massive upheaval. Basically, just when you're going through a really challenging time on your spiritual journey and your twin flame journey, and it can feel really discouraging, or you can feel like, the upsets never stop. It's what you call dark night of the soul. We both have had many of those on our spiritual journey, especially before harmonious union. I think I went through like a really dark night of the soul, which is basically just means that you're going through a phase of really deep purification, and like it can feel in the middle of that deep purification, like you are, you're going backwards, everything's going wrong, you're doing a bad job, all of this and that. Like those were thoughts that always came up in my head. But now that I look back and I can see with more clarity, I realize that it was just purification. It was literally just that darkness upheaving from my system, from my soul. And I'm really grateful for it. And I think it's really normal on this journey if you're going through a lot of deep inner work, you're healing, you're moving forward, and then suddenly it feels like everything's falling apart and, the world is crashing down on you. That's how it can seem. It's really just because it's like a deep ego purification, like the ego is being uprooted. And I think just having that perspective can really make a difference and make it easier to go through those really intense challenges on your journey. And that, having faith is really important, and just, choosing to be with God no matter what, and never giving up when you're in the middle of a dark night of the soul. And this is why all throughout TFAS, Jeff and Shaleia always say, like, it's not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. And we have only ever experienced that to be true on this journey. I've been doing this since, I joined TFAS in 2017. So what is that, like 9 years to 8 years? Math.
Like 8
years, But I also started doing the mirror exercise even before that. So it's been almost 10 years of like actively doing the, practicing the teachings of union. And I have gone through so many of those breakdowns or dark nights of the soul, which is just like, a massive upheaval. It's all of the spiritual work you're doing. You're going deeper and deeper into love, and everything has to come up to be released. And so I've really learned whenever you feel, if you've been sincerely doing your inner work and healing and you experience a dark night of the soul, ego is going to be telling you, oh, it's all falling apart. You have done something wrong. And fear is real and you should just give up now. That's what it will try to tell you. But this is what Jeff and Shaleia always talk about in TFAS, right before you're about to break through is when ego makes its last ditch effort to pull you back into the fear, so you stay in that vibration and you don't level up into your new vibration. So it's really like a good sign when that happens. And that's really something that, I've talked to a lot of people, friends in the community, just, going through a really hard time. And you can always tell when it's someone else, like, oh my gosh, you're about to have a breakthrough. Just keep going. This is a really good thing. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. And sometimes they're like, you're crazy, but I can see it very clearly when someone's going through that, but sometimes when it's yourself and you're going through that, it can feel really scary. And so that's why it's nice to have your community, to lean on, and they can see things maybe from a different perspective. But every time, I can't tell you how many of those, dark night of the souls we've both had together. And then before we were even together. And I feel like, just like the video game analogy in TFAS, you get it starts out and then it gets harder and harder, but you get better and better. I feel like sometimes the dark night of the soul can get harder. You know, don't you think? Like,
Yeah.
it can feel more intense, but it's just because you're upheaving so much more and you're able to handle so much more. So yeah, it's just important to have faith and remember all the good work that you've done, and like remember where you're headed, and the next level you've called in, that's on the other side of this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that piece of reframing what is happening is very important, because when people talk about the dark night of the soul, I think the first feeling is feeling lost, or feeling like everything is
A lot of fear.
falling apart, a lot of fear. It feels like God is nowhere to be found, like nothing is going to work out. But if you see it as a lot of purification, that gives you more peace of mind, because yes, it's difficult when you go through it. But you know that if God is giving you this to handle right now, it is because you are ready to handle it. It wouldn't be happening if you weren't ready for this challenge. So all of the inner work or choices that you have been making until this point led you to this big period of purification. And after a big period of purification, there is normally something very good on the other side, right? And this is why all of this fear is upheaving so quick, is because you are receiving a lot of love on the other side. So this is why it's very important to remain present in that space always. Like, it can be very difficult. Ego is going to try to make you quit. You know, it's going to offer you the easy way of just quit and I give you relief. But that is not the relief when you are moving through a challenge. The relief is moving through it completely. And some challenges are easier or shorter. Some others can be longer or harder. But you can trust that God didn't leave you. God is just guiding you through something. I remember reading this in A Course in Miracles, where it says something like this. It says, the Holy Spirit is going to... How does it say?
It's going to lead you through like pure terror.
Pure terror. And your only job is to not let go of his hand.
And you're going to be like severely tempted to give up.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Love is going to get you through very big fears. And your only thing, don't let go of love.
Yeah.
Like, keep choosing love, even when it seems difficult, because that is going to bring you the breakthrough. And these are the kind of healings that happen before a big change, like harmonious twin flame union. And this is why when we see maybe someone that is approaching harmonious union in the community, and they go through a massive block or something like that, like, we can see that, keep doing that. You're doing something right. Like, it's coming to you, right? You are doing the healing that is needed. And on the other side is where you are going to find the relief that you want. So really, really important to keep going. And this is how you develop faith on the path, right? Because I remember the first time I went through like dark night of the soul or like a big challenge, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh my God, I might die with this, right? It's too intense, the feelings. But I overcame it. And I saw that actually I was safe all along. Like, nothing happened to me. Like, I received a lot of lessons. I received a lot of like insight about my spiritual journey. And now my relationship with myself and with God feels more clear, right? So once you move through this cycle of big challenges, you can really start seeing the pattern on them. Like, okay, this happens when I'm ready to grow. I move through it, and then something amazing happens after. And once you move through this cycle several times, you start to relax in this purification, because you know it's good, and you know God is going to get you through. So you build a lot of faith on them. And I think that is a very big gift that you get from this.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest lesson, is just to have faith through it all. Because yeah, every time you go through the dark night of the soul, you're going to be releasing like your deepest fears.
Yeah.
You know, I love that Course in Miracles quote. I forgot about that one, but I remember I was in the middle of a dark night of the soul kind of experience, and I read that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I just needed to read. And it's true. You will be tempted to give up, and like fear will be speaking to you saying like it's not worth it, this and that. And you just don't listen to that voice, because the truth is it is worth it. And you are on the other side of all this upheaval is the breakthrough that you've been calling in, wherever it is. You know, it's your harmonious union and like your heaven on earth. And there's a TFAS class where Jeff and Shaleia say, you know, it's like the class where they explain upheaval, and you know, you have to release everything out of your vibration that's keeping you where you are, so that you can ascend your vibration and attract, you know, all of your good. So everything that's in your vibration that's weighing you down has to be released, you know. And in that class, I can't remember exactly which one, but Jeff said like, yeah, harmonious union, like that's a huge spiritual achievement that you're working towards, and you have to release a lot of icky feelings, right? Like you have to release a lot of heaviness and, you know, fear and whatever. The same, like once you get into harmonious union, it does not change. Like it's not like suddenly you're an ascended master floating through the sky, you know. Like there's even more. Like you recognize you want to build a beautiful life together, so you have to release everything in your consciousness out of alignment with that beautiful life. And yeah, it's like a lot to release, you know. And so it's really important just to not attach to it. Not like, that's the most important thing when you're in upheaval, right? Like don't attach to those feelings and like cling to them. Let them be, let them flow, you know. Take good care of yourself, exercise, self-care, you know, take care of yourself, drinking water, like all the things.
Yeah, keep moving your life forward. Don't stop your life because of this, right? Like take care of you, but keep moving your life forward, because that is going to help you move through it a lot quicker, through the upheaval, and it's going to keep you grounded as you do it.
Yeah, that's true. And over the years, I think I've gotten to the point where I just enjoy upheaval, you know, like it's not that bad, because you know that you've done a lot of work and you're just releasing this now, and all that's left to do is release and receive the good feeling, you know, the good stuff you've called in. So yeah, like, you know, we're on this journey of unionism, which is not just the path to harmonious union, but the path to perfect union. So there's a lot of separation we're going to be releasing the whole way along. You know, it's all about purification. So the more you can surrender into that and release resistance to the process of purification, the easier your path is going to be.
Yeah.
The much easier the experience of upheaval will be for you. And you're going to experience more, I guess, just grace in the process. Instead of freaking out every time, you know, you have a lot of upheaval, like you can really just relax and understand what's happening, you know, because the upheaval is not going to stop until perfect union, I guess, you know. And it's not a bad thing. Like it's a very good thing. You want to let it come up.
Yeah, and the key is not to use the upheaval as an excuse to feel bad, right? Because it can feel very heavy, very like walking through the mud kind of feelings, right? But you don't want to feed it. Just remember, this is the junk that you are upheaving and letting go of, and you can keep moving your life forward, right? Because if you are constantly doing inner work, you are going to be constantly having upheaval in one way or another. So you want to find a way to process it where you can still live your life and process the upheaval. Like we said, like we are kind of always experiencing upheaval for the healing we do or the things we move through in our life. But it feels like it's on just there, processing, and we are moving with your lives, right? And of course, you may be invited to do like self-care and maybe to take a little break or whatever is needed, like take care of you. But yeah, remember, you can also feel good when you are moving through upheaval, because it literally means you did the work and now you are receiving a lot of good things. So relax and receive them, right? Yeah. And that is going to make the process a lot easier. And the less you resist it, the faster you get to the breakthrough and the good feeling on the other side, right? So it's important to don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of moving through big things on this journey, because these big things are going to come up, right? These caves of fear, as we call them, they come up because you are ready to face them. You are ready to be liberated from those fears. So be open to that purification happening in your life, it's safe to go through them. And it's safe to really embrace what God is showing you, right? Like God is the one bringing you the challenge, and God loves you. So the challenge is not going to hurt you. It's going to only make you stronger, right?
Yeah, that's very true. I remember when I first started this journey and I was like, getting clear on what upheaval is. I definitely thought like I couldn't live life if I'm in upheaval. Like I just don't do anything. I can't work. I can't, I'm basically incapacitated. But like you said, if you're on this, journey, you're going to be in upheaval. If you're doing, inner work, you're going to be in upheaval. So it's not something that's meant to hold you back from life. Like the teachings of union are here for you to integrate them into your life. And so, you sometimes just like doing your daily stuff helps that upheaval pass,
definitely.
right? Like, so you don't want to completely abandon ship because you are experiencing upheaval. But then there's some times that, you actually do just need to like take a break for a bit and just like process. But it's, I think the most important part of, what you experience as the dark night of the soul is to have faith through it and know that this too shall pass. And I feel like every time there's a big challenge on this journey, that voice of fear is like, oh, this is the one that's, you're not going to make it, like every single one. Like I remember Jeff said that in one of the very first TFAS classes. And I remember back then I was like, oh my gosh, so relatable. But it keeps happening, like the voice of fear is always there trying to get you to give up. So just know, like, this is part of the process. Nothing has gone wrong. You're exactly where you need to be.
You didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong. If you're genuinely healing and doing your inner work and then your life seems to be falling apart, congrats, like that's the upheaval happening and it's all going to settle. That's just like that energy leaving your life, and so it's all going to come back into perfect order. And every time we've gone through a big upheaval or a cave of fear, something amazing happens on the other side, whether it's like an inner breakthrough or an external breakthrough, it's always resulted in even more joy and peace and like harmony, and so it's part of the process. So you want to just like learn to enjoy the process of spiritual purification, because the more you can just lean into it and relax and receive it, not resist it, the easier it is, through all the challenges that come up, because the challenges won't go away. It's just that we get stronger and they don't need to derail you from, your life.
From life. Yeah, and I think one last piece here as we talk about self-care. When you are going through a deep challenge like this, it is very important to like really use all the support you have at hand, right? Like connect with your spiritual community, connect with your friends, connect with the teaching, right? Because when you are moving through a lot of fear tries to isolate you, right? It's going to feel like it's only happening to you and you are all alone in this. And, like when you feel alone, you feel kind of weaker. But once you are surrounded by other people that are also taking the path and they understand what is happening to you, it's going to make it a lot lighter, because they can like see that, you're doing fine. Like this is just healing happening. Like you can talk to them about it. You can share about what you are healing. You can receive support. And for us, it has always been very healing when we are moving through like deep upheaval to really connect with the teaching. Maybe listening to like a TFAS class just to help us process. Remember that everything is okay. It's just healing happening, right? Reading A Course in Miracles, reading some spiritual text that brings a lot of comfort to you and reminds you that this process is completely normal and is part of the spiritual path. So very important to not isolate yourself, really use everything you have at hand to support you, speak to others, share what you are going through, and it's going to make it a lot easier on you. So keep supporting yourself when it gets difficult, because it's going to make it, like pass a lot faster, right? Don't stop doing the things for you. Keep doing them.
You don't go into a cave, you're not alone. I think that's always been something very helpful for us. It's like God moves through everyone, your friends, your coaches, your TFAS, like the teachings. to support you. And so many times I've been in that space of, feels like a breakdown, but it's a breakthrough. And you watch a TFAS class and it's like the perfect message, for what you are looking for. So it's it's okay to lean on the support system you have, and like really claim your support and have faith through the process.
Yeah, keep the faith.
Yeah, it takes a village, to raise a harmonious union. And harmonious union is a beautiful spiritual achievement. So naturally there's gonna be a lot of purification that happens, know. So yeah, it's very normal and it's safe to go through it. So yeah, I think you feel complete.
Yeah, that feels complete.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. And please join us for the closing prayer and the closing ons. Father, I accept your word into my heart. I will honor your will in my life and will follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union, that I may be forever in union with you.
I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word and will share your teaching with him in any way you ask and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him.
In Christ's name, Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means you have accepted that you are on the path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator.
And now, the closing ons. Thank you very much for joining.
Namaste.
Hey everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the sermon from Jose and Michaela as much as I do. My favorite part was really about understanding, as Michaela was speaking, that all that we do is about trust that life has this big plan for us and that we're always taken care of, and you can actually celebrate when you have a dark night of the soul, because it's always the darkest hour before the dawn and before a breakthrough. I always go by this quote from Saint Teresa of Avila. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but Saint Teresa of Avila, which basically is something along the lines of life isn't about being devoid of challenges. Life is made of the challenges that help you grow and actually helps you attain the self-realization, this ascension that you've always desired. And yeah, if you really enjoyed this discussion, and you want to continue and you want to really kind of digest everything that we've talked about so far, you can actually join our after church tea time, which is a discussion that always happens at 1 p.m. Eastern time, in our group, Unionism Spiritual Discussion Group on Facebook. Unionism Spiritual Discussion Group. So you can type it. You can also have a link below on the in the description. It will be on the screen for you to find. And during this discussion, we can actually process and feel through all the good things that we've received today from the sermon, from the meditation, from the card reading, from the intro, and from the sermon from Jose Michaela. And again, if you enjoy this community and the fruits that you receive from this community, and you'd like us to do even more for that, you can actually contribute with a little, $5. And yeah, donate to the church at unionism.org so that we can continue to do more of this good work and reach as many people as we need to reach. So with that, I wish you a good rest of your Sunday, and see you in after church tea time with the members that will host this discussion. Bye bye. See you soon.